To start us off, major European oil companies have been implicated in another foul play when it comes to doing their business in the African continent. Companies such as BP, Trafigura and Vitol, a campaign watchdog group, have said are shipping dirty fuel into Africa with high levels of sulfur, contributing much to pollution and health complications to the population. Now, this is not the first time. For instance, a company like Trafigura has been implicated, or rather appearing in a controversial scandal like this. In 2006, they were blamed for being part of the toxic waste dump that resulted in a major health crisis in the Ivory Coast.
The charge is heavy but well documented. After 3 years of investigation, the Public Eye organizations say they tested 47 samples of fuel sold by trading companies like Vitol, Trafigura, Adex and Oryx Group and Lynx Energy, all based in Geneva. These products have all been sold in at least 8 countries in Africa. Elaine Wangalwa with the details.
European companies are exporting highly polluted high-sulfur diesel to African countries, according to a report published by Swiss non-governmental organization Public Eye. The report, dubbed Dirty Diesel, indicates that commodity trading firms in Switzerland have been taking advantage of weak fuel standards in Africa to produce, deliver and sell polluted diesel and gasoline. The fuel, which contains high levels of sulfur as well as other toxic substances, is said to have an impact on people's health. The report further insinuates that West African countries are highly targeted because of the lack of refining capacity to produce enough gasoline and diesel for their own consumption. Diesel samples were collected from 8 countries: Angola, Benin, Republic of Congo, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Mali, Senegal and Zambia. The trading companies sampled were Trafigura, Vitol, Adex and Oryx Group and Lynx Energy. The report called on African governments to act and set stringent fuel quality standards.
Now, Reverend David Ugolo joins us right now. He's an executive director, the African Network for Environment and Economic Justice in Abuja, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us, Reverend, on the program. Question for you on this issue. The report by Public Eye is mentioning the lack of standards in Africa to check on the imports of these fuel products in the continent. Why are there such standards or no standards?
You cannot take corruption away from this. And then the weak regulatory institutions in Africa. This is what they're taking advantage of. And for African leaders to be able to carry out the political will to bring to justice those who are responsible for this is difficult. And then businessmen in Africa who connive with this Swiss commodity trading firm, taking advantage of these weak institutions and lack of good institutions to check some of these issues. Is largely responsible for the importation of this bad fuel into Africa. And then, too, the level of poverty in the continent is high. And the greedy nature of businessmen in Africa is also another thing. So the low ethical standard in business run by Africans and with their partners in Europe is largely responsible for this. And unfortunately, African leaders have not put in place policy that will help track the grave political health implication of this kind of damage until recently when the World Health Organization came with the air pollution implications of some of this fuel that is imported into Africa.
Now, Reverend, this report is saying or rather suggesting for stricter regulations when it comes to such. But we know there is a big problem when it comes to implementing certain regulations in the continent, and mostly with countries that have recorded high corruption, as you're saying, levels. What is your view according to, or rather what is a way out of this matter?
Well, for example, like in Nigeria, that's why we launched the campaign today in Nigeria. One of the first things, creating an awareness about the grave health implication of the importation of poor fuel standards into the country, and then demonstrate with evidence what does it mean to the people of Nigeria, and then build a very strong alliance with government agency. And we're happy today that the Federal Minister of Environment, Minister representative was there in the launching, and they have made some commitment that they're going to work closely with Stop Dirty Fuel campaign to ensure that Nigeria complies with standards that will help stop this dirty fuel business in Nigeria. We are looking for a two-track approach. While we are mobilizing political support against dirty fuel in Nigeria, we're also looking into the international dimension. We will take, as victim of this bad business, we are going to also explore legal process at the International Court of Justice. We will take some of this company there because our people are victim of this bad business.
It was a pleasure having you on the morning call, Reverend David.